Hello, this is a demonstration of our IPOSUP application. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the app and do what a new customer would normally be doing. Having downloaded the app, you can simply register by pressing any one of the icons on the home screen, IPOS, HC Wallet or Swim ID. I'm going to use IPOS and I'm going to press register. Enter my phone number, and my email address. Okay, and then get security code. The host is now sending us an OTP, and this is being automatically read by the IPOSUP app. So yes, here's the OTP code that's been read. So I'm allowing that, and now I can start the registration process as our IPOSUP host has validated my phone number. So entering my details. My date of birth. This is required for our ID verification and anti-money laundering checks. Okay, my address. My postcode. Again, all of this data will be validated by the identity verification software in our host system. I now take a selfie. Now my identity document, which is in this case my driving license. And now my bank details, personal bank details. And I'm going to take a photograph of my debit card. Just for security, I'm not going to take a real photo. This data is now being sent to our IPOSUP host, including all the images, and the process is now complete. And as a result of which, I have been issued a digital ID, which again, it sent an OTP to verify that I've still got my mobile. And I'm now creating my user PIN. Accepting the terms and conditions, which of course I can validate on the website by going into looking at the user agreement or the merchant terms as well as the privacy policy. And my digital ID, which is the Swim ID, has been created. And I have a new Swim ID, as you can see, 020002 400. And I can now log in with my PIN. And the process is now fetching my digital ID information into the mobile phone. Because the mobile phone is bound to my digital ID. And now I'm asked to put in the merchant registration details. This is the merchant that I want to register for card payments. So I am a director. I have to also select the merchant category, and there's a whole selection of merchant categories. So, for example, bicycle shop. And I now can commence and add my business details. This could be personal, or this could be a business. I'm a sole trader, so I will use personal, but if I was a private limited company, I could use business. Name, I'm going to put. And my address. Postcode. Okay. I can select a charity to which donations from cardholders can be given, which are micro donations, and there's a whole host of charities, as you can see. I'm going to choose, in this case, Bernardo's. I could also optionally donate a very small micro percentage to the same charity when a transaction is done, which would be deducted from my sale value. But in this case, I will just select the charity for the cardholder charity. And now I'm putting in the details of the bank account. I'm not going to put a real account number, just for the purposes of security. And I'm not going to take a real picture of a debit card. Okay, so having provided my bank details and my company or sole trader details, I'm now sending those details with the photographs of the evidence for my bank details, etc., to the IPOSUP host. The IPOSUP host has now accepted all the details and has indicated that it will take up to 4 hours for the KYC. The KYC can be done through our back office in a relatively quick way. I will show you that process, just how the back office team basically validates the data. So we're logging in to a registration agent. I'm going to enter my details, my PIN. And the back office can do a KYC check on my details. So the registration agent is fetching the details that have just been delivered to the IPOSUP host. I validate manually the details, approve them, including my bank details, and this is then sent for validation to our anti-money laundering ID check service. And my name, address, date of birth, etc. are validated. This is all done in real time, and I have been validated, authenticated. I also need to validate the merchant details, which we call the agent details. So I'm fetching the record again of this particular registration, and I'm going to validate the merchant details, agent verification. Again, this detail is validated against lists of sanctions and anti-money laundering, and the agent details are approved. At this point, now the merchant is authenticated, and if I now log in to that ID, which is pending validation, it will show me that I'm now active. I can do a transaction using a PIN pad. So I'm selecting the PIN pad. The PIN pad is being initialized for the first time because it's a new merchant with a new PIN pad. And the keys are being loaded, and all the Visa, MasterCard configuration data is also being downloaded from our host into the application and into the secure PIN pad. Remote key initialization successful. Now able to do a live transaction, say £1, card transaction, start, and I can tap a transaction. And that transaction is approved. I can issue a receipt, and our host has the email address for this particular card. So I have issued the receipt because this card was used previously. And that's it. One can see the statement of this new merchant with one transaction done so far for £1, and here's the transaction with the card validated. Okay, thank you.